I feel like that is also an exercise to help with that of, is this the right words for the right time, and are these the right people to hear them?
You mentioned this earlier, but I'm gonna say it and see what has come to mind for you. It says, show me your calendar, and I would tell you your priorities. Tell me who your friends are, and I would tell you where you are going. What pops in your mind when you hear those words?
I love that. I think of my kids. Those are things I tell my kids. My boys are 12, and I tell them that as well because they're forming friendships. And I've told them like, and it goes beyond that, right? And I think about that in my own circle of friends. The 5 people you spend the most time with are your future. They're your social future, your financial future, your activity future. And so paying attention to those 5 groups that you spend the most time with is also another thing to check in and see like, oh, is this a good influence in my life? And if so, then cool. And if not, like, oh, maybe I need to decrease some time towards that friend group or whoever that person is. And I tell that to my kids right now. Like, and I didn't learn that when I was a kid. Like, I feel like I was a kid that was very easily manipulated. And that's something I'm still working on too today, where I'm just very trusting. Like, people would say something to me and I'd believe them. I'm like, oh, cool. And even now, I trust people so easily. So I'm like working with that because in some situations that's great. And then in other situations, it's good to trust, but also verify. Like, all right, I hear you. And then you like go check it and then be like, all right, they check out. And that can be, it's so needed. And I tell that to my kids too, because they've watched my husband and I also navigate situations of we thought it was one thing and it turned out to be something totally different, and how much that's impacted both my husband and I and even our family dynamics too. So it's really important to learn these things and have awareness on them. And
Well, that's some good wisdom. Like understanding that your trust bank, sometimes it goes both ways because sometimes it's easy for people to deposit into your trust bank when you're open. And it's easy depositing other people's trust bank because you're open to doing it. And I can relate to that because I'm also very similar with I trust people because I understand that my heart has been broken so many times that I know my heart can take it. But I always get more out of life when I trust people because it's something that tells me how much I trust myself. Because if you tell me something and I found it is not true, I'm not gonna be so mad and crazy. I'm like, oh, okay, it's not true. I'm gonna change it because my mind is mad. So it's not like, oh man, I just know I got it. It wasn't true at the moment. Let me move on. So it helps me to navigate life a lot more easy and enjoy life because I can always adjust the volume or the temperature because my trust is open and I understand me.
oh no, I think that's great. And again, like I'm like, oh, my kids, but I'm like in the thick of raising them right now. And I feel like all that's great for like them. I feel like they need to listen to Asher on this because it's true. There's a balance and a spectrum of those things of like being open and having openness be a good thing of connection, but also being cautious about certain things too, because that's the world and it's just crazy. It's just some of the things that we've been facing lately. I've been like, wow, it's shocking and like eye-opening, but also lessons and also learning to live through all of the things. Like that's another thing I've been really focusing on for myself, is noticing that all these things are our life.